Hey everybody, doing a pick a card reading today, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I haven't looked at any of the cards I really pulled yet, and this is a different deck, so we'll have to see what comes up. I'll go ahead and put a timestamp below for all the readings. Today's reading is going to be, since it's the new year, I felt inspired to do two different options, as in, like, it seems like everyone is at a fork in the road, and there's two paths that you can kind of go down. So I pulled cards on those two paths to see, maybe give you a bit of clarity on which path you choose, what might be there. So let's go ahead and get started. First card we have is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, let's see here. So this has to do with manifestation. It seems like there may be some sort of manipulation at play, because if we look here at some sort of bug of some sort or parasite is riding the back of this other bug or beetle. So it looks like they're doing all the hard work, but not really getting out of it what they're hoping to get out of it. So you could be either of these energies, or maybe this is a duality that you're dealing with. The next card for the first option is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit has to do with taking time for yourself. In this deck, this is a shadow deck, so it brings up a lot of shadow work. It seems like maybe self-isolating, trying to find the truth and taking time for yourself. I'm seeing something about body image, maybe for some of you feels distorted, because if we look at this picture of this being, it looks like their depiction of their body looks a little distorted. Looks like they're trying not to look at the truth, but it's right there in front of them. They are peeking through. It's hard to not see what's right there in front of you. There may be a friendship with a Pisces ending. This may be feeling like your emotions, the water of your emotions, like you not being fueled. Like it's like the emotion side of yourself has maybe died off. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. This may be what you need to let go. Let's see. The next card that I'm seeing here is the Nine of Swords. Yeah. A lot of overwhelmed feeling. Notice how there's this little creature in the corner whispering into this person's ear, telling them how bad they should feel about themselves. I mean, they're literally biting off their finger. But they're the one laying in bed with this situation and sitting there contemplating about all of these knives, about which way they're focusing. Are they focusing towards me or to other people, and being defensive towards yourself and defensive towards other people, just kind of going back and forth. So this is one path of a fork in the road, or the other path, oh beautiful, would be the Fool, which totally makes sense. New opportunities, also opportunities for mistakes. We have a lot of shadow stuff coming out. I saw the Moon here in the Hermit, and again in the Fool and the Knight of Wands. So there's something that has served its purpose, because the Moon is full here, and then it gets smaller here, because it's like you're learning how to let go of it, maybe because it may overwhelm you, but the other fork in the road seems to be new possibilities, And notice how these fish down here are alive versus the hermit in the other one where the fish was dead. Looks like they're dancing in the water and don't care that maybe the fish is biting them, that they may be learning mistakes along the way, but it seems like it's worth it because it's a new possibility. It's a new experience. They're really being in the present. The next one we see here is the Page of Cups. And let's see. So the Page of Cups here. Wow, this one's really beautiful. So the cups have to do with emotion. Again, this may be you as a Pisces or a water sign, or you may be dealing with a water sign. Maybe this is filling your cup with water, really working through your intuition. We have a fish here, and now, like in the beginning, the Fool doesn't know how to interact with the fish, and the fish is biting them. In the second one, this being has learned how to communicate or work with the fish, and when they do, there's this little pearl. So it's kind of like you have to learn the mistakes in order to figure out how to level up, how to try that new thing. And notice how in the second one they have beautiful clothing around them. It almost seems like, I mean, it's the page, they're moving up in the world, and the Fool is 0, so it's like new possibilities that will bring a lot of growth here. Again, we have the Moon, so there's some shadow stuff that needs to be worked through. Let's see. And then this one had 2 cards, the Lover and Temperance. So with this, the Lover's card, so this could be you learning to love your shadow self, because notice we have our shadow self here and we have the full moon. So it's like you feel full and that you've accepted who you are in masculine, divine masculine and feminine. This could also be a Kundalini awakening coming your way, because we do have a snake here at the feet. This could also be a rebirth of some kind. Definitely like relearning intimacy of some sorts. Then with this, we have the Temperance. I pulled this card just to gain a bit more clarity on the Lovers, because I was like, I don't know if this is a relationship. Maybe for some this may be, but I feel like for the most part, this is like learning to love your shadow self. And when you do so, when you are patient, because it seems like you may be waiting for love, you're waiting for that divine other half, for the, you're waiting for someone to match your energy. But when you choose to be patient, have temperance, things will come. Things will come just as they need to. So yeah, there's Temperance. And again, the Moon. This is all about holding space for your shadow self. Now I pulled a couple oracle cards for you. The first one that I have is Art is a Process. It says, remember that art is a process. The process is supposed to be fun. So yeah, I think this goes back to the Fool. Like, don't be afraid to enjoy yourself. You're supposed to have fun. It's not supposed to all be miserable. Like, yeah, your shadow self will come through, but like, welcome it with open arms instead of like dreading that it's coming, because we all have those parts of ourselves that we don't know how to love. And that's how we love them, is just holding space for them. The other card is Promised Land. You are your own promised land, your own new frontier. Yeah, so you are your own possibilities. You are your home. It seems like you may be looking towards others for the prosperity, for the feeling of peace and home. And when you look into others, they're not really appreciating you and you're not really feeling valued. So it's time for you to focus on yourself, because you are your own promised land, your own new frontier. The other card I pulled was from my animal oracle deck, and this one is the Lion. So this, you may also be a Leo or dealing with a Leo, or fire energy. So with the Leo, the real strength in the Leo is not them fighting and arguing. Notice this Lion is calm. and is able to coexist with other beings. This shows that our strength is our vulnerability, our ability to communicate, our willingness to coexist with others. Known as, again, divine masculine and divine feminine. So, looks like there will be some balance coming in your life. I hope that answers all of your questions. Let's see. Go ahead and reach out to me directly. Links will be in the comments if you would like any more clarity further on that. And I will go ahead and do deck number 2. Okay, deck number 2. The first card I see here is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Let's see. So you may be going into something a little too fast. It's like a fire sign and they have their sword ready and their horse is all amped up, because animals, horses specifically, reflect how their owner is reflecting. So they're not peaceful because you're not peaceful. So it seems like, yeah, you may be going at things a little fast. The next card we have is, wow, we got a lot of swords. So you may be thinking a lot. You may be in your ego a lot. You may be in survival mode, feeling like you're you know, just clenching your fists. You got the white knuckles, trying to make it through right now. Because we then also have the 5 of Swords, I think is what it is. This one's a funny one. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, then we have it. That might work a lot better. Should have done that from the beginning. Oh well. So then we have the 5 of Swords. Now, this is it kind of seems like there's some sort of sassy attitude, like maybe you feel like you got hurt. It's like you're looking behind you even though you're walking forward, so you're looking back at something being like, well, serves you right, like I got all the 5 swords anyway and like I won sort of energy. So maybe this is you or maybe this is someone else. It seems like if you charge forward to this thing, you may catch yourself looking back and feeling anger and frustration because things may have ended on a nice note of closure for you. There's some sort of like, maybe, I don't know if you surrendered or someone else surrendered, but there's this white flag in the back that like, someone gave up. And you're like, fine, I don't care, whatever. I'm taking these swords then, and I'm going. So, yeah, it seems like there's some sadness under that anger. Let's see what else we have here. The next one we have is the 5, 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Let's see. Ooh, so it's nostalgic. It's reminiscing. Yeah. If you charge forward, you're going to be reminiscing on lost opportunities. You're going to be seeing things from not the way it is. It's like back when you felt like you were a puppet, or, you know, other people were a puppet. It just felt like y'all were acting out a scene in a movie, you know, and everyone just goes along with it because that's how the scene goes, you know. So it's also like you're fighting with yourself because we have the angel and the devil here. So it's like, which part do I want to play? But even going back and reminiscing, that is like bringing you back into that energy. Let's see. So then we have, for the other option for the fork in the road, is the Empress. So the Empress here is so beautiful. Notice how out of her body comes this flower of life. It can do with fertility, maybe pregnancy, could also be new ideas that are coming to the surface, new ways of money, some sort of abundance is coming its way. Let's see, what else do I see here with this Empress? The one thing I am seeing here is that the Empress isn't really focusing on these flowers that she's creating. She seems like she's alone and is looking around her for someone to share this with. So let's see what comes up. So maybe you're feeling lonely. Yeah, I thought so. You're like, what's the point? It's just me. Why do I keep working through this emotional stuff if it's just for me? What's the point? When is my person coming? I have my key here to my heart, and I'm up in the tower, and there's ships out there doing things, and here I am, stuck at home, not doing anything, which makes sense, especially with the pandemic. The last one we have here is, oh, okay. So maybe use this opportunity to practice on your craft. You know? There may be cups that fall over, but there are still more cups that are full. And this will, wow, this is really beautiful. This will help your dark side. Look how they seem calm. And yeah, the ego's like kind of stunned at what was created here. So take this opportunity. I know it's really hard when you're like, what's the point? Focusing on what we don't have. But what we do have in this moment is to nurture ourselves. Seems like this one's a hard one. Let's see what oracle cards we have to help you out with this hard message to hear. Your crazy maker friends. Do not expect your crazy maker friends to applaud your recovery. That is like expecting your best friend from the bar to celebrate your sobriety. How can they, when their own drinking is something they want to hold on to? So yeah, I think that this has to do with this, like, yeah, and again, it has to do with freedom. We have this crane here, this beautiful bird. It has to do with the first part of the reading, kind of getting stuck in nostalgia and looking back on what you had. There's nothing there for you. There's a reason why you left. Even though it seems like it didn't end well and it ended in haste and you feel angry, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to look back on. It's only, you know, bringing you back into that energy. You know, don't reach out to that friend that, you know, not that you can't forgive people, but you know when enough is enough. Take some space from it. Take some more time. Give time to heal. Not saying never. Just maybe take some time to reflect and heal. Work on yourself during this time. Because the other card that I'm getting here is daily action. Which again, the flowers, which has to do with fruitfulness. So take one small daily action instead of indulging in the big questions. So instead of asking yourself, why didn't my friends want to be with me? Or why didn't this person want to be with me? Or why didn't this job work out? Take some action. What can I do right now? I can create. I can work on the things that I'm good at that make my heart feel joy. The things that I feel passionate about. The last one that we have here is the dolphin. Oh, beautiful. So the dolphin is, wow, there's a rainbow coming for you. Peace is on its way. Dolphins are also so intelligent and able to communicate well. So take time to work through your emotions. I know it seems overwhelming. Do it through ways of creativity. Find new ways to flow. I mean, this is a very flowy energy, dolphins. So maybe get in touch with your divine feminine. Find some flow. Get in touch with your empress. Again, divine feminine energy. Whatever way that looks like to you. Anyway, I hope this answers all of your questions. Go ahead and send me a message, reach out to me if you have any questions about this. The links will be in the description. And we will go ahead and start on the last one, the third deck. So the last one we have here is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups here is really grateful for their emotions and for the information it brings, because really emotions are just information. They're out exploring. They have some sort of ship in the background, a lighthouse in the background. Notice that it's, you know, it seems like their shadow self is happy. They are happy with where they are at. They accept exactly where they are at. We have the Nine of the Nine of Wands here, which is really beautiful. You seem discouraged, or will seem discouraged, but 9 is right before 10, and this 9th wand has a flame, so there's a passion there. You are so close to the finish line. Do not give up. Don't put down your head, you know, and forget about the fire that is burning within you. You can manifest, because that's exactly what wands have to do, is manifestation and magic. So you are so close. Do not give up yet. You're right where you need to be, especially with the Queen of Cups. Let's see. Hey Laura, what card is this? 10, 11, 12, 13. Is this the death card?
It's death.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool. I thought so. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, we kept that one labelless.
Oh, cool. So we have the death card here, which is really beautiful. Seems like, again, divine feminine. Seems like there's still something you may need to let go. Or maybe not let go, but need to accept so that you can move forward. Let's see if it gives us some more clarity on that one. Hold on. Let's see, I'm gonna actually pull from that deck really quick. Or let me just read that one and see if it gives me more clarity. So that death card's interesting. Two corpses, a mother and a child, stand on a polluted beach. The child attempts to re-enter the womb of his mother, but is held back. Another will be born soon. With death comes rebirth, upright meaning change, metamorphosis, loss, ending of ways. Yeah, so again, it seems like you can't go back. You know, don't fall back into this, because there's a rebirth coming. There's something new coming. There's something coming into fruition. You just need to be patient. Wait, your turn. The other option that we have here at your fork in the road is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is discernment. Sometimes new opportunities. Maybe feeling like you're learning how to discern. Let's see. I'm also seeing like masculine and feminine energy here. And I'm seeing, let's see, wings of freedom. So yeah, discerning what is freedom, what your possibilities are. We then have the Emperor. So divine masculine. Wow, they have the double at their feet. Really interesting. It's like they They're able to take power, take control, and they're holding the moon, so they're able to harness their shadow self instead of letting the devil control them. They're using their staff to control the devil, control their negative thoughts, and instead creating magic from it, transmuting that energy. Ooh, the last one we have the Hangman, and it is in reverse. So the Hangman, I want to pull up what it means in reverse for this deck. Wasting time. Let's see. A citizen hangs suspended in limbo. He is apathetic and feels no urgent need to alter his situation. Time around him stands still, however, he must free himself or life will pass him. So it's when it's in reverse, I would say the time is now. Yeah, so I think that what this one is saying is don't sit and wait and sulk. Right now, you're the Queen of Cups. You have new opportunities. Discern those new opportunities. Use your negative thoughts and harness them, transmute them. The time is now. Transmute that energy. Let's see. So I got a few cards for you that came up. First one we have is Luxury of Space. Creative living requires the luxury of space for ourselves, even if all we manage to carve out is one special bookshelf and a windowsill that is ours. Let's see. I'm going to pull the next one first before I gain some clarity. All too often, we become blocked and blame it on our lack of money. This is never an authentic block. The actual block is our feeling of constriction, our sense of powerless. Art requires us to empower ourselves with choice. Ooh, I love that. You may need to make some space for your art to empower yourself. Because, yeah, it seems like you are afraid of this loss of power. You're afraid that the other shoe is going to drop, it seems like. You fear of things going back to the way they were, even though you've come so far. The next card I have is Creative Life. People frequently believe the creative life is grounded in fantasy. The more difficult truth is that creativity is grounded in reality. In the particular, the focus, the well-observed, or more specifically, the imagined. Yeah, I think it's just seeing like how beautiful life is in it of itself. If you're struggling with passion, go on a walk. It's like the simplest things that like our world is so beautiful. Plants are so beautiful. The sunset is so beautiful. There's so many things to be creative about. Even just expressing your emotions is beautiful. You know, art is in our daily lives. Flow is in our daily lives. The last card I have here, is the Falcon. Beautiful. Wow. A lot of fire. You may be a fire sign, or just feeling maybe new passion for the new year. A lot of freedom is coming your way. Yeah. Wow. The sun is coming. The sun is coming. You've been working with being okay with the moon and being okay with the winter and being okay with where things are at right now, and just know it is just around the corner. What you're looking for, what new possibilities are right around the corner. So don't be afraid to transmute those energies, and the way to do so is by being creative. If you're feeling those feelings of despair, be creative with those feelings. Express those feelings. Transmute those feelings into possibilities of growth. And I think you'll be just fine. I hope that answers all of your questions. If you have any other questions, go ahead and reach out to me directly. I'll put the information in my description. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I'd love to hear what you got out of it. Go ahead and put that in the comments, and I will hear from you guys next time. Bye.